Hi Anokhi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am very well. Anokhi is joining us from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Anokhi has this wonderful startup called Sea Salt Cafe where she serves this amazing mouth-watering gourmet food. So Anokhi, do you want to tell our viewers a little bit about what is Sea Salt Cafe?
So, sea salt actually originated with this idea of just doing simple food right. We wanted to make something as simple as a cookie or a cup of coffee or lemon cake, but then doing it correctly in the sense that using good quality product, using understanding where our ingredients come from, using the right techniques to do it. Also, as simple as understanding the science that happens in the oven, the reaction, the chemical reaction that happens in the oven. So we didn't want to make anything fancy, but we wanted to do it correctly. We wanted to, we knew our coffee came from this Dorai Canal estate in Chikmagalur. We knew where our coffee was coming from or where our avocados were coming from. So we were sure of our ingredients, and we wanted to create something that you could eat every day, something you would feel good about rather than making it into a destination or an occasion. So I think that's what we tried to create with sea salt and its cuisine.
Okay. So Anokhi, tell our viewers how did you come up with the name for the cafe?
So I was thinking of a lot of names, but I wanted something very simple, something that you could say in like one or two syllables, something that was easy, like more approachable to the audience in that sense. And we also I had this idea of wanting to do something with local ingredients, wanting to do something fresh.
Yeah.
And salt, basically. Salt is something that adds flavor to anything you do. It is so essential in any kind of cooking. And sea salt, because with Dandi March and our history with salt, there is so much and it's so local to us as Gujaratis or Ahmedabadis that we decided to go with the name sea salt because it's something all of us can connect to. And it is one ingredient that is used globally in every cuisine. So for me, food unites people, and I think that is one ingredient that unites everyone globally. So yeah, that was the thought behind it.
Very true. So Anokhi, tell us about the challenges you faced post pandemic.
So for us, honestly, at Sea Salt, we have always put hygiene and safety first, even with or without COVID. So for us, we actually decided to close down the cafe much before the Janta curfew was even announced.
Okay.
So that was a difficult decision in itself because all the other restaurants, cafes were operational, and just we thought we were rushing it, but now in retrospect, I think it was a wise decision to do. We didn't want to put anyone at risk, and I think for us, I always thought that when you're serving someone, it is not just your team members or the customers. I think as someone who's making food for other people, it is our responsibility to keep them safe.
True.
So that's just something I was very conscious about. And then after we closed, I think just to sort of take a step back and decide what we wanted to do after that. So, like, we actually changed the entire dynamic of our operation. We moved to an online system. We developed a website, and we did and we changed the entire backend to an asset light model in that sense. So we gave up the dine-in space, and so obviously initially developing the website, developing that customer base was challenge for us, and to keep the hygiene standards also, like training the staff and everything, was a bit of a challenge. But yeah.
So let us talk about the short-term challenges immediately after pandemic you faced, and also a long-term challenges that, because I think the pandemic, still we do not know what is going to happen in near future. So have you thought about from the Sea Salt Cafe perspective, what are your short-term challenges, what are your long-term challenges?
So after, I think, closing down the dine-in space, our main challenge was also to how to keep the brand name alive without actually having a space. Right. So to create that online awareness and everything was a bit of a challenge. But I think we have done well in the sense that now we have had customers from across India and people ordering from Calcutta, Delhi, for people who live in Ahmedabad and wanting us to deliver to them. So even that transition for us has been good. I think in terms of this current situation, I think right now for us, we don't want to open our dine-in space. Like I said, for us, it is a responsibility to keep everyone safe. And we initially were wondering how to go about it, but we have given in-house accommodation to our staff, so they don't really leave the premises. In that sense, we are maintaining, we're testing regularly and everything. So they are basic things that are very attainable, but we are doing that. And in short-term challenges, that system of setting up the sanitation level has been challenging for sure. And like you said, in long term, I like it's hard to say right now. It's really hard to say right now as to how to go about it. But we are definitely looking to open again at some point, hopefully, if we get the chance to do so and if the situation is a little better.
Yeah.
But there is definitely a shift in the restaurant culture, and things are moving to a cloud kitchen model for the time being, at least.
Right.
So I don't know if it is here to stay, but for the time being, I think we are just going to adapt to the situation and like function as a cloud kitchen. But and home cooks coming up as cloud kitchens in Ahmedabad to create something beautiful.
Okay, so since you shifted your model to cloud kitchen, have you increased onto your menu, or you just serving what you were serving before, or have you thought about reworking on your business model?
We have changed our menu quite a bit. Initially, we started introducing more items because we realized that with an online cloud kitchen system, we only had limited clientele initially, at least when the lockdown was on.
Right.
And people do get tired of eating the same thing again and again. So we would try and innovate. Also, with the cafe closed, it gave me enough time to experiment with new recipes and wanting to create newer things. So we kept introducing specials for a week, or we did extend the menu. But at the same time, we have also limited our menu. We have cut back on a couple of things because certain things can only be had fresh. Like they will not travel well and they won't have the same kind of quality which we want to achieve at Sea Salt. So we did cut back on a couple of things that we thought would not really last for a travel or would not deliver well to the customer.
Right. So I understand that at the moment it is a challenging time for the food industry per se around the world. But where do you see yourself in another 5 years? What are your plans? What do you want to do? Irrespective of the pandemic, we are not talking about the pandemic.
Sure. I think for me, like food is just my passion. Like even Sea Salt was always a passion project.
Right.
So for those of you who don't know, like I started under the brand name of Chef in the Making, and people still ask me why Chef in the Making. You have like the skills and everything, so why that name still? Like why not Chef Anokhi? And I always feel that there is so much to learn. Like there is always so much to learn. I will never be able to experience every single ingredient in the world, or every single cuisine, or coffees for that matter, or every little thing. So for me, it's always been about wanting to innovate and wanting to grow as an industry professional, as a chef, and just wanting to experience more. Yeah. So we will definitely open Sea Salt again. But I think for me, it's not just about like wanting to open a space or a restaurant or a cafe. It's also about wanting to grow as a professional. And I think it's not just a 5-year long goal, but it's just something that I aspire to do over a period of time.
Okay. So one more question is that what motivates you to keep going during, the uncertain times?
I think it's just the love for it. I think my mom always says this, where she realizes that I really do like this because it's not easy to stand in a kitchen in the heat for 10 hours.
Yes.
And keep going, but you really need some dedication towards that. And I love feeding people and it just gives me pleasure in like seeing people happy, or just like food brings people together. So just having conversations, even at the cafe, I used to love like coming across new people, interacting with them, because I feel every little interaction also helps you grow. You learn so much. And I think all of that put together just helps me, encourages me to do something more every day.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Anokhi, thank you so much for taking out time from your schedule and
Of
giving us
course.
this interview. If you're watching this channel for the first time, we have wonderful girls like Anokhi on this platform on a regular basis. So do subscribe to my channel. Thank you, Anokhi. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.